If your brakes are dragging excessively or there's fluid leaking from the caliper, then it's time for a rebuild. Luckily, overhauling your calipers is actually really easy, and I'll show you how to do it. Let's open up the shop manual. This episode of the shop manual is powered by DuraBoost batteries. Get 10% off your DuraBoost purchase at RevZilla.com with discount code 10OFF-TSM. Hydraulic brake calipers are actually pretty simple. You've got the caliper body, the piston, and the dust and pressure seals. But if you log enough miles on your motorcycle, the seals will wear out and start leaking, and the piston will get dirty and corroded. When that happens, it's time for a rebuild. And for that, you'll need a few things. Go ahead and get yourself new seals, which you can get individually as OEM parts or as part of a complete kit, some fine steel wool to polish the pistons, brake fluid as listed on the top of your master cylinder reservoir, brake cleaner and an old toothbrush for cleaning, rags or paper towels, since this can be a messy job, compressed air, and finally, brake bleeding equipment. To get started, we need to remove the caliper from the fork. So the first step is to crack loose the banjo bolt that secures the brake hoses. Now unscrew the banjo bolt, making sure to keep track of the sealing washers. The brake hose is full of fluid, so it's gonna drip, so make sure you've got your rags handy, and you can either use a small bungee cord to secure the hose up and out of the way, or what I prefer to do is use a vinyl vacuum cap to actually seal the banjo fittings. If you happen to be working on a motorcycle that has threaded brake pad pins, you can loosen those now, and the caliper pinch bolts if you're working on a two-piece caliper. Now go ahead and unscrew the bolts that secure the caliper to the fork, and then shimmy the caliper off the brake disc. The caliper is still very much full of brake fluid, so we want to pour and shake out as much as we can. Next up, we want to remove the brake pad retaining hardware and the brake pads, and we want to inspect the pins and spring clips. You can expect to see some corrosion and maybe scuffing on the pad pins where they pass through the pads, but if they have divots worn in them or if the clips are missing any tabs, you're going to want to replace them. Time to get the pistons out. If you're working with a one-piece caliper, you can stuff a rag in the caliper body and then use compressed air to blow the pistons out. Go slowly and keep your fingers clear. For two-piece calipers, remove the pinch bolts and split the caliper body, noting the O-ring that's sandwiched between the two halves. You can try using compressed air to force the pistons out, in which case I would suggest wrapping the caliper in a rag so you don't fire the parts across the garage. Another option is to pull the pistons out with pliers, but you need to be very careful not to scratch the piston surface. Use a rag to protect the parts and only grab them from the very end. Okay, pistons are out. They're gonna be dirty, so knock the grime off with fine steel wool, then give them a close look to check for pitting or other damage. If this surface is anything but perfectly smooth and clean, you should replace the piston. Next, we're gonna remove the seals, which you can do by carefully pulling them out with a pick. But before you do, take a close look at how they're oriented. Some seals have a trapezoidal cross-section and will be taller along the back edge than along the front edge. And it's important that the new seals go in the same way. Using a sharp pick, gently pry out the inner pressure seal and the outer dust seal. With the caliper stripped, give the thing a thorough scrub down with your brake cleaner and toothbrush. This is your opportunity to get rid of all that built up road grime. On axial mounted slide pin calipers like the one we're working on here, it's also a good idea to check the condition of the pin boots and repack the bushings with high temp grease. Okay, time to reassemble. Your new seals may come pre-lubed or they may come dry. If they're dry, lubricate them with brake fluid, then gently work them into place, ensuring that the taller lip is inside, just like it was when you took the old ones out. Now for the pistons. Lubricate them with a touch of brake fluid, then push them into the bores carefully and press them all the way home. Then slip the pads and retaining hardware back into place. Slide the caliper over the disc and reinstall the brake hose, making sure there's a sealing washer on either side of your banjo fitting. Of course, if you have a twin caliper setup, then you're only halfway done, but ultimately, the final step is to bleed the brake system. And since the calipers are empty and the hoses have drained down quite a bit, the quickest way to purge the system is to reverse bleed from the calipers up. We've got a separate video on that. I'll put a link in the description. So that's it. That's how you rebuild your brake calipers. It's not exactly routine maintenance, but it's definitely not rocket science, and it's certainly good to know how to do if you're ever having issues with your brakes. Hey, thanks for tuning in and spending this time with me during this episode of The Shop Manual. If you want to get more information about brakes, say how to reverse bleed your brakes, or what the best brake upgrades are, or why it's so important to cover the front brake while you're riding, please scan that QR code on your screen. It'll take you over to Common Tread, where we have lots of informative content. And also, please keep in mind that this show, as well as all of RevZilla's long-form content, is produced using money that comes from your purchase at RevZilla. So if you want to support the shows, support RevZilla. Thanks.